2020. What a year. In this year of uncertainty, fragrance has been a constant in my life. What did I wear the most this year? Let's find out. Caller ID. Here are my top 10 most worn scents of 2020. We're jumping right in. Who am I to keep you waiting? Number 10, wait. There's no 10 on the keypad. Oh well, I'll just have to improvise. Number 10, Tobacco Oud Intense from Tom Ford. This one snuck its way up on the most worn list. Having only discovered it in October, I am really pleased with this find. I talked about it at length in my favorite fall scents video, but it's smoky, animalic, sweet, sour, all these things that I'm looking for in a cool weather scent. This time of year is perfect for it. I'm still enjoying it. Number 9, By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela. Now talk about fragrances that nail an idea. This smells exactly what the name implies. You are by the fireplace when you smell this. Crackling, fresh firewood, maybe a little bit of a burnt marshmallow. Beautiful, easy to wear, a fan favorite among the Maison Margiela replica line. My absolute favorite of the whole line. Where I live, it doesn't get cold enough that I'd be wearing this a lot throughout the year. So I got myself a little travel atomizer. At this point, I can't justify having a 100 milliliter bottle of this. I wish they made a 50 ml. That would be perfect for me. Despite how wearable it is, it's not something I want to smell like all the time. But I wore it enough for it to end up on my top 10 list. So there you go. Number 8, Bleu de Chanel from Chanel. I received the eau de toilette as a gift, and to the person who sent me the bottle, you know who you are. Thank you. It worked its way into my rotation a lot more than I expected it to. It's really easy to wear. Citrusy, woody, as you'd imagine, really nice in warmer weather, it being a blue fragrance, but great all year round for indoors. And let's face it, naturally, sheltering in place, quarantining, all of our fragrances are great year-round stay in the house scents. Number 7, Eau de Blanc from Bulgarie. Beautiful, simple fragrance, deceptively simple, deceptively beautiful. White tea, little hints of jasmine, and I detect a soft white musk. People won't like that this is an Eau de Cologne concentration, but I find that it lasts quite a while. I've smelled my clothes the next day, can still detect it loud and clear. This scent calms me. This is a great one to throw on after the shower to continue your fresh feeling. It's a great one for heading to doctor's appointments because it's incredibly non-offensive. I think it also works well in a suit. It has an understated classiness to it. And although more women might reach for this, it certainly works on the right guy. Works on this guy. Number 6, Uomo Intense from Dior. For me, this year was the year to try the Dior Homme pre-2020 so that I could get a sense of what the Intense is like. It's beloved in the fragrance community, and I wanted to see how it compared to the original Dior Homme. I wanted to see if I was missing out on anything. The short answer is that I'm not. I'm perfectly content owning the original Dior Homme. I find that the Dior Homme Intense is great for certain occasions, great for a certain time of year. It's more specialized in its application. Certainly less versatile than the Eau de Toilette Dior Homme. Also the less balanced fragrance. Dior Homme Intense, I found the opening screechy, a little wild, a little off kilter. I used up the sample and I was happy to have experienced what Uomo Intense pre-2020 was like, but I can live without it. If a full bottle came my way, I'd happily take it, but I'm in no need for it. Number 5, Luna Rossa from Prada. This fragrance is shower in a bottle. I love putting this on after a shower to, again, like Eau de Blanc, continue that fresh out of the shower feeling. But this is the epitome of shower in the bottle. Some people might call this a glorified shower gel or run-of-the-mill soapy fragrance. I understand that, but I think this is a fantastic iteration of that fresh shower jelly vibe. And I think that calling it a shower gel does a disservice to Luna Rossa. It's clean, it's linear. What you smell at the outset is what you smell dried down. And while things don't exactly smell natural in here, I think that the aroma chemicals amp up the clean elements in their most beautiful ways. This has spearmint in here. This is a punchy, bright spearmint. It's got the ambrette to add some longevity there, add some freshness. And it has that industrial, modern, clean smelling quality. I think the imagery from the bottle influences this. But I get modern architecture. I get brand new. I get the epitome of the 21st century with Luna Rossa. Beautiful, simple, lovely. Number 4, Light Blue Eau Intense, Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana. This is summer in a bottle for me. Bright, fun-loving, citrus, salt, lasts all day. And I've always said that the hotter, the better with Light Blue Eau Intense. It's gregarious, it's loud, and it's unapologetic about it. I love this because it brings that out of me when sometimes it's just not in me. I talk about this at length in my review. Check it out right there after this video. Link in the cards. We're rolling right along, aren't we? We're in the top 3. Top 3, what could they be? 3, Uomo Intense from Valentino. You'll see a theme here that I like my iris fragrances. You'll see a theme here that I like my iris fragrances. You'll see a theme. Uomo Intense will draw a lot of comparison to Uomo Intense. It's got the iris, it's got the chocolate, but Uomo Intense is like Uomo Intense's younger brother, who's got some maturing to do. Some arguments you might levy against this fragrance is that it's juvenile, it's overly sweet, it's a train wreck of synthetic blah, but I think that's what's charming about it. When I tested this, I tested it a lot before bed, so I got a sense of what it was like only as I was falling asleep. And the opening is anything but tranquil. This is fun, in your face, and yeah, there's not much finesse here. For as loud as that opening is, it does dry down into something quite pleasant. Now, even though the majority of the times I wore this was before I was going to sleep, I could see wearing this for a night out with friends, for a dinner with family, for something casual and something at night. And oddly enough, after that dry down, give it a good 30 minutes. And it would also make a great bedtime scent. Number 2, Dior Homme, Dior. The original, one of my signature scents, the fragrance that has my heart as of last year. I discovered this only a year ago. I told this story again on my fall favorites list. It's for those with a sensitive side. It's for those who love a delicate composition. It's for those who don't mind wearing something floral with the masculine edges of leather and spices. It's beautiful, and I will never forgive Dior for revamping the line. I understand it was a business move. I understand that maybe the original Dior Homme wasn't selling that well in the United States. But we're going to go into next year, 2021, with a better mindset. Forgive and forget, right? So Dior, put it here. Come on. Come on. All right, fine. I'll never forgive you. But if the scent that is me in a bottle was only number 2 on this most worn list, what topped Dior Homme? What took the crown? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you my most worn fragrance of 2020, Arancia di Sicilia from Paris Monte Carlo. What a chef's kiss Italian beauty. I discovered this when it came out last year in fall 2019. I smelled it on the test strip, thought it smelled okay, and I walked around the store and smelled some other things, and I told the sales associate, yeah, I'll take a sample vial of that Arancia di Sicilia. I like that okay. Having not sprayed it on the skin, when I finally did spray it on the skin, it smelled completely different. And in a really good way. I am grateful that it smelled so beautiful on my skin. It is the quintessential Italian discipline of perfumery. The cleaner the man, the more attractive the man. And this is clean in a lovely way. It's orange, as the Italian name suggests, with a lot going on to support that citric cleanliness. There is iris in here, although I don't detect it as strongly as some of the iris bombs previously on this list. There's coffee in here, almond, I believe. All these notes, and yet I don't detect them all, but they all serve to make a complex, dynamic dry down. You get a sparkling, clean opening as you would expect with a perfume of this ilk, but the way it dries down, you'd expect that kind of dry down on a cool weather fragrance. A dense, ambery musk. I can't recommend this enough. The only thing that I could dock points for as many heavy hitter, dense fragrance notes in here, it doesn't last very long. I have to be generous on the trigger if I want to smell this for half the day, maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. To get that beautiful dry down, I really have to dig my wrist, my nose into my wrist. But that does not deter me from wearing this fragrance, evidently not, because it showed up as number 1. That's what I wore the most this year. What did you wear the most in 2020? Let me know in the comments. The phone lines are open. I'm Dr. Necktie. Talk to you soon.
Caller ID.